Welcome to Inspired Women Amazing Lives podcast, where we seek to flourish, thrive, and celebrate amazing women. Kimberly Wiggins here, and we are hosting inspired women who are sharing their lives and stories so that other women may know that the journey to your amazing life is definitely within reach. We are here every week to share resources and information that will help you along the way to being that inspired woman leading an amazing life. Remember to like and comment, and most definitely share these episodes with another woman that you admire and one who truly inspires you, or simply share with someone you would like to inspire. Enjoy. Welcome to Inspired Women Amazing Lives podcast, where we truly work hard, darn hard, to inspire women to be their best and to live their best lives. And today I have a special treat for you. I have a guest with me that it's not within my normal realm of guests. Her name is Kierra Douglas. And she has a very special message. And because this show is geared towards women and reconnecting them with their families so that they can spend more time with their families and improve their entire family unit, Kierra fits right in. And so let's get started. Welcome, Kierra.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Yes. Now, let me give you the background on Kierra. You're going to love this. Kierra Douglas is a lady who has overcome many adversities in life. She is the CEO of a company that has created an anti-bullying app and book for children. I love this. I'm so excited. She has created an anti-bullying app that allows children to anonymously report bullying in their schools. This also alerts the child's parent and the school when a bullying incident is reported. She's also written and self-published a children's book on bullying. Kierra, I've never had anything like this on my show. That's why I'm so excited. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm at Christmas. All right, let's start by you telling us a bit of your story. I know you talk about having many adversities in life. So can you share some of that with us?
Sure. 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago now, I had brain surgery. I woke up one morning, my vision was blurred and double. And long story short, I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease called NMO, neuromyelitis optica. And it attacks your central nervous system. So I lost my vision. I had swelling on my spine, so I had to learn to walk again. I went through a lot. And I was in my early 20s, and my bladder and bowels were messed up. So I had to wear Depends, and I went through a lot. I was in excruciating pain every day, and it was rough for me. So I got better, went back to work, went back to school. When I got sick, I had one class to finish for college for my associates. So I went back and finished that class and got my associate's degree. And I was doing good for 6 years. I was doing great. And then I went for my birthday, and I got bit by something in Jamaica, and it caused the swelling to come back on my brain and spine and messed up my vision again. And so I've been out since then, but it's been hard because along with that, I was diagnosed with other things that caused me pain daily. So I'm in pain every day, but I pushed through the pain, and I started my own business. The name of my business is 3KD Enrichment LLC, and my business was created to enrich the lives of others, especially children. So with that being said, my app is God inspired. This book is God inspired. Let me tell you, Before this, I had no technical background at all. I have a lamp in my room that you screw in, and I messed that up. So trust me, I had no technical background at all, at all. I tried to put together a bookshelf, and it's leaning against the wall. The wall is holding it up. So, guys, I was bullied when I was in middle school. So I know the pain, the embarrassment, the torture these children go through. And then I kept seeing on the news, parents were getting on the news and saying that their child committed suicide, but they never knew their child was being bullied. They never knew their child was bullied in school. So God gave me the idea to create this app, and this app was created without coding. So that was another task. So I took a class and learned how to create apps without code. And I started creating the app on my own, but it got a little difficult. So I ended up hiring a developer and telling the developer what I wanted. And the main thing was, because the parents kept saying, I never knew my child was being bullied. It was to give the child an outlet to let somebody know that they're being bullied, and it lets the parent know and the school know. And the most important part of it is that it's anonymous, so the child doesn't have to fear any repercussions from the bully or anybody else finding out that they said something.
Wow. That, Kierra, I could not imagine having to go through all of that. That is quite a story. And now, but here is the thing, and I don't want my audience to miss this. Although Kierra has had a lot of adversity, it sounds like the seed of good in all of that was your ability to be able to be at home, maybe, and to be with yourself for a moment, and to sit still long enough to listen to God.
Yes.
Be able to hear him saying to you, Kierra, this is an idea for you.
Yes, I think he wanted me to do it the first time around, but I love my job. I worked at Navy Federal Credit Union. I was a trainer. I have a gift of teaching. I love to teach. I love my job so much that I would be there hours upon hours upon hours working. And so I was excited, and I was determined to get back to work, to get back to my job, because when you have a job that you love, it's not a job. It's not a task. I was ready to get back. But after going through so much, when I got back to work, I wasn't able to keep up with the different tasks that was required for the trainer position. Mm-hmm. So I applied, and I was moved to our correspondence department. And when I got there, I was like, God, why did you place me here? Oh my goodness. I was used to being up and moving and teaching. And in this position, I was just sitting and typing, editing and writing all day. And I said, but God was preparing me to write my book. I have 2 books, the children's book, and I have an inspirational book as well. So my steps are ordered.
Absolutely. See, and you know what? Now this is not what the topic was supposed to be about, but hey, this show is great for pivoting. This is the thing. So many times, so many of us have the intuitive feeling. We have that feeling in our gut. We have the thoughts in our mind, and we are afraid to act on it, or we simply ignore it, or we push it to the back burner, or we write it down. We act like writing it down is going to make it happen, you know? And so we do all these things, but we never really say, let me just dig in and figure out what to do.
Yes.
You know, so I feel as though through all of the things that you've been through, those seeds of good counteracted. Because what people don't always get is sometimes we have to go through the pain to get to the party.
Yes, we do. Yes. And I've been through enough pain, I swear.
But God,
can I get a vacation?
Yes, that is Truly just an amazing, amazing story. Now, Kierra, can you tell me, I know you mentioned the fact that you were bullied in school. Can you tell me, but why? Out of all the things, you're a trainer, you know, you've been used to teaching and
Yes.
doing all this other stuff. Why anti-bullying at this time? Why did that become your topic at this time?
Because it touches my heart, because seeing those parents on TV crying about why, first of all, why are children 5 to 7 years old committing suicide? I've never heard of that before. It's an epidemic now. And seeing that on the news, it touched my heart. Not saying it just once, but several times. Several parents saying, my child has committed suicide because they were bullied. And I remember being bullied, but I had my sister, and I went to my sister, and her and the whole basketball team confronted the bully, and I had no more problems. See, kids nowadays don't know how to stick together and stand up for each other. So that's what I want to teach them. And also give them tools to use to report the bullying so that somebody knows what's going on.
That is really commendable. You're so right. And it's amazing how something as simple as an app can make a difference in a child's life.
Yes.
Because, you know, I remember I only got bullied in school once. And, you know, I had a big sister. My sister was really big. No, she took care of all of my stuff for me. And so no one would ever mess with me because they knew I had this big sister. So, so it was never as a traumatic experience for me. But I have read stories of how some children are just bullied to the max.
Yes.
I read an article recently, Kierra, that talked about how bullying students transcend into their adult life in the corporate environment.
Yes.
And I was so taken aback. I was like, what? And it's like these are people that are used to being bullied all their lives. So it just continues on. So wow, that's a big topic.
I've had many adults ask me and say, you need to create this app for the workplace too, because we get bullied at work as well. And I said, you know, that's true. And my sister's actually my younger sister, and I got bullied by one guy. And I used to love math. Like I said, I've always had the teaching gift. So I love math. Math was one of my favorite subjects. And I got bullied by one guy on the way to math class. Then when I got to math class, I got bullied by another guy. And it was hard. They used to tease me, and I'm sitting in class trying to concentrate and you know, block out what they're saying, but it was hard. I ended up having a low self-esteem. I used to sleep a lot. And my mom stepped in and said, what's going on? But I never told my mother I was being bullied. I told my sister, but I never opened up to my mom. But she was concerned, and she saw the signs that something was going on at school. But my sister took care of that, and I thank God for her. I really do. So I know what these kids go through, and I don't want any child to go through that. No child deserves to go through that, especially in a learning environment when you're sent to school to learn and, you know, interact with other kids. We're all different, and that's what makes us unique and our relationships great. So.
Wow. Very nice. Yes. This is a very honorable, you know, mission for you. And I love that. So now, are you thinking about, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Are you thinking about creating something for the corporate environment? Because yes, they do get bullied. And they're afraid to go to court. They're afraid to go to HR because they think in with the manager.
I have something coming down the pike for the corporate world and for college students as well.
Oh, nice.
And I also, once I get the funding, I created a social media site for kids that have been bullied. And it's sitting there waiting to be, you know, to go live and everything. I just have to get the funding for it. But I have a social media site for kids that have been bullied so that they can come together and befriend each other and share their experiences and help each other get over being bullied.
Wow. Okay. That's very, very nice. Now, I noticed when I looked at your website, and your website is the letter K, the letter D, enrichment.com, 3kdenrichment.com, just so my
Yes.
audience will make sure they get the title for that, which I will put it on the speaker's note on the page. But when I looked at that, I saw that you had just tons of statistics on there about bullying and, you know, just a full-blown information about all of that. Can you really speak to how children behave, maybe some of the signs that parents should look for, and how does bullying really impact the family unit in what you found?
Okay. When kids are being bullied, they always display signs that are different than their normal behavior. And my book, The Adventures of Cali and BJ, touch on that. Some of the signs that they display is they start to sleep a lot. Some of them become aggressive, and especially with their parents, because they have all this built up anger inside of them and they don't know what to do with it.
Mm.
Some of them get timid and won't speak and won't say anything. Some of them become shut off from kids and parents, society altogether.
Mm.
There are a lot of different behaviors that they'll display, but it depends on your child. If you're a parent and you notice that your child has started to act differently than their normal behavior, then it's time for you to sit your child down and talk to your child. In my book, it also goes through showing parents how to sit the kids down and talk to them. I recently been going to the schools to talk to the kids about bullying, and I was telling them that 70% of children and staff, that means teachers and the staff in the school, they see bullying every day, but never say anything. Never say anything. So it's people for the kids. In one sense, they're children. Some don't know any better. But for the adults, it's crazy not to intervene and say something when you see bullying occurring. So that's why my app is important, because it allows the child to anonymously report it. A lot of schools have a bullying system where on paper you can write down the information about the bully and put it in a box. With that being done, first of all, we're in the electronic century where everybody has a cell phone, everybody's on their phone 24/7. So that's why the app is very important. Secondly, if someone sees the child putting a note in a bully box, and they're going to assume that they're snitching on somebody, and
Yes,
we don't want that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, that makes total sense, Kierra. That's just alarming statistics of 70%. I would love to figure out what adults are thinking about when they're allowing this to happen and not saying anything. That's alarming. It really is.
I was surprised even in person I visited Capitol Heights Elementary School, and I asked the kids, I said, raise your hand if you've ever been bullied before. More than half of the students raised their hand.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's crazy. And then the norms of bullying are different now. Back when I was bullied, we would call it teasing each other. I got teased, but it's considered bullying now. And a lot of kids go through that and experience that. A lot.
Yes, absolutely. For us back, and I'm much older than you are. But back then, it was like students wouldn't even put their hands on you, really, when they were bullying you.
Yeah.
Now, as I understand, students are being roughhoused and threatened with their lives.
Yes.
So bullying has become this really big thing.
And also the bullying turns into the bullying. Kids are taking guns to school now and shooting up schools. And I created another app called the Emergency Alert app, and that's for kids when emergencies happen at school. So it's out of control right now. We have to get a handle on this.
Absolutely. So now specifically, if you will, I know we've talked about a whole lot of things, and we've talked about your book and your apps and if you will just kind of run down all of the apps and books that you have available for bullying.
Sure. My first app is called Report a Bully, Anti-Bullying App. For short, we call it RAB. I have a little song that the kids do, and it's to get the kids excited about reporting bullying. It's called, if you have a bully, don't scream or shout. If you see a bully trying to knock you out, RAB, not dab, just RAB. And they have so much fun doing it. I love it. I love it. So my Report a Bully Anti-Bullying app, it allows children to anonymously report bullying in school. And it's not just for them, the child that's being bullied, but it's also if they see a friend or somebody else being bullied, they report it as well. And they don't have to be at school to report it. They can wait till they get home or wherever they feel safe. The app allows them to take a picture or video of the incident. And it alerts the school. It'll send a school an email alerting them of the bully, and it'll send a parent a text message alerting them of the bully. Wow. So some accountability going on. Mm-hmm. I also have another app. It's not really pertaining to bully, but it's an effect from bullying. It's called the Emergency Alert app. And that app is used for situations like active shooters at school or emergency situations at school. The parents are always the last people to be notified. So this app it has pictures that corresponds to whatever emergency that's going on. So the child go on and they press the picture the picture that corresponds to the emergency, and it'll send the parent a message to let them know, hey, there's an emergency at your child's school and whatever's going on, it'll let them know. I also have a children's book on bullying. My children's book is called The Adventures of Cali and BJ. Cali and BJ Take on Bullying. Callie and BJ are my babies. They're my sister's dogs. They're my babies. You probably hear them in the background squeaking toys and all, but they're my babies. So the book, it teaches kids about bullying, and it gives examples of bullying and different things to look for, and it teaches parents how to talk to their children about bullying. It's an excellent book. The book is available on Amazon, and it's available in the Maryland, Virginia, DC area in a store called Brown's Market, which is located in District Heights, Maryland. The app is available right now in the Google Play Store, and it's pending for the Apple Store. So hopefully it'll be in the Apple Store soon.
Good.
There is a fee for the app. It's a monthly subscription of $4.99. And a lot of people ask, why do you charge? I'm used to apps being free. True, but this app alerts the parent. It sends the parent a text message and the school an email. I have to pay for those. So that's why the fee is minimal. This app can help save lives, potentially save lives and help kids, get freed up from all of the hostility and the being afraid and everything. So this app is very important for schools and children and parents as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I see why that fee is minimum. I mean, can you put a price on your child's safety?
Exactly.
$4.99 a month is absolutely nothing. That is really, really nice. You have quite a few products out there that consumers can, especially mothers, because the bulk of my audience is mothers and women. So it gives you an opportunity to really be able to just put some preventative measures in place. Like I have a grandson who is going to middle school for the first time next year.
Okay, so he'll have this app, right?
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will. Amen.
Getting him this app because I
thanks.
don't want any instances where he feels as though he cannot reach out and say right there in the moment.
Yes.
And say, I'm being bullied.
Yes.
And I know it'll happen. It could happen. So I want him to be prepared.
And the thing is, children, they're embarrassed to talk to their parents about it. They almost never tell their parents about it, but they'll tell someone their age, another student about it, or they may tell a teacher about it, but they do not want to tell their parents about it. I didn't want to tell my mom about it. I didn't want her to be concerned, and it is embarrassing. So the app will alert the parent. The parent will know, and the school will know. So we have accountability. We can't say, I didn't know my child was being bullied. You have some accountability going on with this app.
That's right. Right. Now, just so my audience will know, because audience, you may be listening to this and you may know of a school system somewhere in the country that needs this desperately, where you can incorporate this into the school. Can you, Kierra, really just, is there anything special about your target audience for this application and the books?
My target audience is elementary and middle school students. And I'm trying to get the app implemented in the schools so that the parents don't have to pay for it, so that the schools will pay for it. I'm trying. It's a process, and it's
good.
But I need the parents to get behind me on this so that we can get these schools to pay for the app. And that way, every child will have access to it.
That is very, very nice. Now, as my children are grown, but I have grandchildren. I have 6 of them.
Wow.
And so, as mothers and grandparents and just people in our community, what can we do to support you, Kierra, in this effort?
Well, one, you can reach out to your school district and tell them about this app. It's called Report a Bully Anti-Bullying App. And if you go to the Google Play Store, you type in my name, Kierra, Kierra Douglas, Douglas, it'll bring up both of my apps. And to reach out to your school systems, your state's attorneys, the district attorneys, everybody within the political system in your area, and tell them that this app is needed. And then on the downside, if they're not ready to implement this app in the schools, the parents can purchase the app. Again, it's available right now in the Google Play Store. So if you have an Android phone, you go to your app store and you download the app. You have to download it onto your child's phone. The parent needs to download it onto their child's phone because they have to put in their credit card information because, again, there's a monthly subscription fee of $4.99 plus tax.
Okay.
So I would like every parent to go out and purchase my children's book on bullying. It's called The Adventures of Cali, Cali, and BJ. Cali and BJ Take on Bullying. The book is a good read, not only for children, but for the family book.
Very nice. Wow. Okay. So, thank you so much. I mean, this has been so informative, Kierra. It really, there are, and I don't even have to ask, if there are 70% of this being ignored in schools, there are listeners who their children are going through this same incident and they may not even know it. Like Kierra said, when I was bullied, I didn't tell my mom. I told my sister and she took care of it. My mom never knew.
Yeah.
And so that, I believe, and I think something you mentioned earlier, Kierra, about the correlation between the suicide rate, this increased suicide rate,
yes,
and the increased fact that children are committing suicide younger and younger and younger.
Yes, yes.
To hear a 5 or a 7-year-old commit suicide is like, oh wow,
it's heartbreaking. Yeah.
Yes.
What does our world come to?
Mm-hmm. So, for those of you or someone out there in my listening land, if someone is just looking for a project to get involved with, and this is something that speaks to your heart, reach out to Kierra.
Yes.
I'm sure there are ways that you could collaborate with her to bring awareness to your community and your school. And that's what this is all about. That's why it is so critical. That's why when she said she was doing anti-bullying, I said, "Ooh, I want that on my podcast." And I know some people may say, well, how does that relate to business? It doesn't necessarily directly relate to business. The good thing about it is that Kierra was able to create a business while she was going through her adversity.
Yes.
That's how it relates to business. But other than that, what it really relates to is the mothers, the women that are listening. It gives you a proactive way to help be involved in your children's lives. Because remember, here at Inspired Women, Amazing Lives, we're all about family.
Yes.
Family is the root of it all.
Yes.
Thank you, Kierra. So before we end this today, Kierra, and I love the fact that you were so open and honest and you said God gave this to you. I love that. Love that. If you would leave us, oh, wait a minute, before I close you out today, there is something else I wanted to ask you. You had a favorite motivational quote.
Yes.
And your motivational quote is, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Tell us why that's your favorite motivational quote.
Because as I stated before, I went through a lot. I lost my mom to cancer right after high school. So I had to grow up overnight. But God has always taken care of my sister and I. He's always been there to take care of us. And that's what the quote is saying. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So God is going to always provide for us as children. And that's what keeps me encouraged. So no matter how hard times get, I know that God will always make a way.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that, Kierra. This is not a spiritual show, but my spirituality is a part of who I am. And so I totally agree with you on that. And you are to find strength and courage in knowing that. And that's why that is a very good quote. Thank you so much for that. Now, as we are wrapping this up, Kierra, if you would just give my audience one tip that they can use today, anything that's on your mind that they can use today, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, before I give that tip, can I ask everybody to go out to my pages on Facebook and Instagram? It's under KD Enrichment, ENRICHMENT, and look at the videos that I have of the children. I'm going out to the schools. It's my goal to visit at least 100 schools next school year, a minimum of 100 schools, to talk to the kids about bullying. But go out and look at all the information that I provide, even on my website. And if anyone wants to reach me, they can contact me at contactus@3kdenrichment.com. My one tip that I would take away is, parents, please monitor the actions of your children to see if what they do on a day-to-day basis, or they care, or different things that they normally do, if it changes, please, if you see a change in their behavior, please sit them down and talk to them and see if anything's going on at school or in home or anywhere. That's the biggest tip I can leave with parents.
Absolutely. That is a great tip, Kierra. Thank you so much for that. Sometimes we as parents get so busy with work and business and so many other things that we forget to slow down for a minute and really spend time with the children and just have a conversation.
Yes.
So I know we get really, really busy sometimes. That was a very good tip. And all of Kierra's information, her Facebook links, all her social media links, her website, all of it will be on my podcast page. When you're looking at this podcast and the show notes, you'll be able to have all of that information there for you, links to her books and apps and everything.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, I think this is a really, really noble cause. And I am in Atlanta, Kierra, and here's an invite. If you're ever in the Atlanta area and you really need to connect with some schools, let me know. Reach out to me. I'll help you plan some things.
Thank you.
This is definitely a cause that I would get behind.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I definitely will. My dad is in Conyers, which is about 30 minutes from Atlanta. So, yeah. Right.
Absolutely. All right. audience, I hope this has served you well today. I know it has me. Definitely, as you are listening to the podcast, make sure that you pay attention and go out, like Kierra said, to her social media and see all those visits. I'm going to take a peek at all of that myself.
Great.
And, definitely listen, refer, like this podcast, and refer it to someone else.
Yes.
So another woman that needs it, definitely do. We will see you on the next episode of Inspired Women, Amazing Lives. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Inspired Women, Amazing Lives podcast, where we help women to be truly inspired to live their most amazing lives. Please subscribe to the podcast to be notified of new content each and every week. Feel free to like, comment, and share with the woman who inspires you the most. I hope to see you on the next episode. Goodbye.